Indonesia's President Prabowo Subianto just declared war, not against a foreign country, not against protesters, but against something he called Serakahnomics. A new word, a new enemy, a new promise. And while everyone is clapping, cheering, and reposting the soundbites, I want to warn you, this is not the real fight. And if you believe it is, you have already been deceived. Serakahnomics sounds powerful, right? Greedy economics, ruthless businessmen, corrupt deals. Yes, these things exist. Yes, they hurt the poor. Yes, they rob the nation of trillions. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Corrupt businessmen cannot survive without corrupt officials. And corrupt officials cannot survive without the silence of the people. So if we think just naming the enemy fixes the system, we are wrong. This is what happens every election cycle. New slogans, new enemies, new promises. And every time the people think, finally, change is here. But every time, corruption mutates, greed adapts, exploitation continues. Why? Because the disease is deeper. It's not just Serakahnomics. It's hearts without taqwa. It's a system without accountability. It's people who prefer comfort over sacrifice. Allah already told us. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of people until they change what is in themselves. So let me ask you, do you think a new word in a speech changes our condition? Or do we change when we, the Ummah, return to Allah and demand justice in every part of our lives? Because slogans don't save nations. Faith and actions do. Look at the promises. Free nutritious meals, free healthcare, free schools. It all sounds beautiful. But ask yourself, who is paying for it? Who will benefit first, the rakyat or the elites? And who will make sure corruption doesn't swallow these programs alive? If we clap without asking, we are complicit. If we share speeches without questioning, we are silent partners. Silence is what allows Serakahnomics to thrive. So what do? We wake up, we get informed, we stop being hypnotized by words and start holding leaders accountable for actions. That means knowing the budget, not just the promise. Demanding transparency in every rupiah spent. Building local movements that protect farmers, fishermen, and workers. Standing up for justice, even when it's against our own comfort. And above all, remembering that our struggle is for Allah and not for politicians. Imagine an Indonesia where corruption is impossible, because the people fear Allah more than they fear missing out on wealth. Where leaders act for justice because the rakyat are awake, organized, and uncompromising. Where Serakahnomics isn't defeated by slogans, but buried by this generation that shows Iman over greed. That vision doesn't start in the palace, it starts with us, with you right now. So next time you hear about Serakahnomics, remember, the real enemy is not just greed in others, it's apathy in ourselves. And until we change that, no speech, no slogan, no promise will ever save us.